Why is this smartphone going viral? Hey guys, it's your Tag Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So yup, as you guys requested, this is the EcoMind 1 Pro. So pag-uusapan natin yan for today. Actually, it's been a week since I got this phone. And honestly, I wasn't really planning on featuring this phone as I've seen it already during the CES last January. But then, ang dami nagre-request talaga sa inyo na i-feature ko siya. So, here we go. And it's actually an adventure to find this phone here in the Philippines. Maya-maya ko kwento ko yan sa inyo. So, let's start with smartphone these days. Sobrang bihira na makakita tayo ng phone na below 6 inches yung size ng display. So yeah, anything smaller than that, it's pretty rare. If I remember it, it was the iPhone 13 mini that I last saw with a small display. Even the one from Asus Zenfone. Again, this is the Mind 1 Pro by the brand Eco. And again, guys, this has a non-Pro version as well. So you might want to go for the Pro version. This brand Eco is actually a tech brand based in Hong Kong. And they are famous for their earphones. And actually, if you don't know yet, this used to be a concept device that most reviewers featured that time. And what I have right now is the full retail version. So what is it? Is it a smartphone? Technically, yes. It's a 4-inch card-sized square phone. Meron siyang sapphire glass, which is extremely rare on a phone. Actually, on a phone this size. Meaning, it is more scratch-resistant. So, yung screen protector na kasama sa loob ng box, I don't see myself using it. But, since meron siyang matte version, I might want to try that. I also believe this sapphire glass is exclusive here sa Pro. At the same time, the sides are aluminum, just like any other phone, and surprisingly, this comes with an IP54 rating. I know that this phone is really tiny, but they were able to put buttons. On the right side of the phone, dito located yung volume rocker niya. This white one is the power button / the fingerprint reader. And this one is a dedicated camera button. And of course, below we have the usual speaker that I did not really enjoy using. And of course, the USB Type-C port. For something that specializes on audio, again, earbuds, medyo disappointed ako sa part na to. Teka, paparinig ko sa inyo. So yeah, that was my disappointment. But aside from that, wala rin siyang audio jack. So you have to get the keyboard separately. Actually, nag-order ako nun, guys, pero hindi pa siya dumarating. Medyo matagal yung delivery nila. So yeah, I wanted to show that to you guys, pero hindi umabot. Yung mga keyboards nila sa website, you can order it already, but it is still under production. So ang ship out nila, I think, is around May. For the button on top, mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan. In terms of the sizing, actually, it is really enjoyable to use. It's like using a flip phone, but without the flip. Basically, you just have the cover screen. And as you can see, there are no ugly cutouts because we have a flip camera. If you want to take a selfie, all you need to do is pull this up and then pwede ka na mag-picture. I also really like that it has a 90Hz refresh rate and it's running on the latest Android 15. So far, wala ko naging problema sa kanya, lalong-lalo na sa mga daily applications na ginagamit ko like Instagram, email, YouTube, Grab, Messenger, and more. Again, you're like using your regular smartphone but with a smaller screen size. Ang kinaganda pa ng phone na to, sobrang ganda niyang conversation starter. Every time I'm using it outdoors, I'm out with the friends, they keep on asking what phone I'm using. And so this was the time na magsisimula na yung magandang conversation namin about this smartphone. I think ang hinanap ko lang sa display niya is, of course, the always-on display. Considering the price point, they could have included this. Anyway, instead of, again, stacking multiple cameras, they kept it simple. Kaya rin siguro sobrang nagtitrending tong phone na to on TikTok, on Instagram. This is the single 50 megapixels camera that uses a Sony sensor. It has a put it back like that. So yes, there will be no compromises with your selfie and of course using the rear camera. In terms of the output, you can see naman right now, it doesn't produce the nicest photos. It won't give you cinematic images. But again, it is a phone and it's not designed to do that. So yes, I still appreciate that they were able to put a camera here. Now let's talk about internals. I'll be putting here all the specs that you need to know. It has a 8GB RAM, 256GB storage, and of course the chipset that comes with this phone, I believe, is the chipset that is being used on budget phones. So yes, for its price, I don't think it matches. I also don't think people na bibili ng phone na to will look into that. Just like me, I honestly wasn't looking forward to game on this device. So yeah, again, it's good for every day. It's good for browsing your email or any kind of light work na hindi mo gustong gawin on your main phone. So ang tanong, what makes it any different with other smartphones aside from its size? The problem here is that wala siya nung typical eSIM functionality. And ito pa, wala rin siyang 5G support. You don't have to worry naman kasi if you have physical nano SIM cards, you can still put that here. Now, what are the extra features pa that this one has na wala sa mga ibang phone? One is the AI feature. Okay, teka, mali pala yun. Lahat ng phones ngayon halos may AI feature na. Pero what makes this phone special is that it has a dedicated button on top for it. So yes, you just activate the lower toggle and now you have access to AI applications katulad ng AI chat, which is the most common one that we used here and typically used by the majority. In here, you can access apps like ChatGPT. Sadly, not the latest ChatGPT though. There's also the AI study and of course the AI notes. Now, I'm sure you guys saw the vSIM on top of the AI toggle that I mentioned. Itong vSIM, once you go here, you can see the Nova link. Now, when you turn it on, it will give you access to free internet, but only to AI features. And of course, 60 specific countries lang siya free. Right now, I am still checking kung kasama yung Philippines dito, but I will be updating you guys over the screen if kasama or hindi. Now, let's talk about the vSIM. Sinasabi ko to sa inyo kanina pa, but I haven't been explaining it. I did mention kanina na walang eSIM functionality itong EcoMind 1 Pro. Medyo similar siya sa eSIM. So, i-activate mo lang siya sa Eco account nyo. Doon, pwede kang magbayad tapos pwede mo na siyang i-activate in every country na pupuntahan mo. If familiar kayo with Airalo, para siyang ganon but with lesser steps. Again, you can do everything on this EcoMind 1 Pro. You can game, you can scroll on your Instagram reel, you can view your TikTok. Yun nga lang, syempre, it will have black bars. Hindi pa ganun ka-optimized yung mga applications na to use it on this phone. I mean, just look at it. It's square. Yung mga 9:16 formats na videos, syempre, magiging awkward siyang panoorin. Upon checking on their website, since late pledge din siya, it is 26,400 pesos. Now, if you want to get the case na may keyboard, it's 5,500 pesos naman. Now, I did not order on their website. I was able to get it again from a seller sa Carousel para mas mabili ko siya ng mas maaga. And mind you, I was able to get it for 29,500 pesos. Personally, it's not bad considering yung mga tax, import duties, ganyan. At saka nakuha ko rin naman siya agad. So, kahit pa paano, okay na yon. Gladly, hindi lang white yung available sa kanya. There is also black, there is pink, and I believe there's also a blue color. Ngayon, kung ako tatanungin nyo, worth it ba siya kung bibili nyo siya sa website? Sa tingin ko, depende. Kung as a main phone, wag nyong gagawin yan. It's more of an extra phone, secondary phone, especially if you wanna lessen your screen time or gusto mo lang ng novelty item sa gamit mo. Gusto ko yung hardware niya, I like the form factor, iba yung feeling pag hawak siya. Tsaka mararamdaman mo rin na matibay talaga siyang device. Software-wise, again, just like what I mentioned kanina, syempre, may iilan na hindi pa optimized enough. So yeah, if you have that extra cash, it's a really nice statement piece to have. Pero kung hindi naman, you can definitely buy a more competitive smartphone out there. For the price I paid for, you can already get a Vivo V70, even powerful Poco devices, pwede yan. Actually, marami kayong magagandang mid-range phone that you can buy with that amount. Anyway, that is it. Hopefully, guys, I was able to satisfy your request. Let me know if may iba pa kayong gustong i-feature ako. Again, it's your Tech Girl Mary and see you on our next video. Bye!